what's going on Facebook and YouTube? Welcome to this special live stream. Man, I feel like I'm yelling in my own ear. Let me turn it down a little bit because I'm hype right now. I know it's been a while, but man, I'm not going to get into that. What matters is that I'm here and we're live. I got the special guest, the homie, a friend. Man, I've known this young lady for a good bit. I would say about 5 years or maybe four. It's definitely not three. Man, welcome to the stream. Dean Reynolds Media here. So many people think that coaching is not important. Like to have a life coach or to have someone to sort of guide you through the process, guide you through business strategies, guide you through your music career. That stuff is super important. And I myself is working on stuff with where that is concerned. And I want to shout out to oh my gosh, this guy right here. What's going on, DJ? My son is only 11 years old and he's already on YouTube saying, "What's up, Dad?" Oh my gosh. And shout out to Lydia Pernier. What's going on, Lydia? Thank you so much for tuning in, man. So I don't want to waste any time. I got Nicole Williams chilling in the green room, and it's gonna be sick. She's gonna drop some jewels. She's gonna talk about the importance of having a coach. That is super important. But before I do that, let me just check something right here. All right, I see that my all right, just want to make sure that my Facebook is live. 1 second, you know how it is, man. This is a live video. We have to make sure everything is legit. All right. If you're watching on Facebook, drop us a comment real quick so that we can know that we are on target. All right. Let's see here. I don't want to prolong too long, man. This is going to be fun. This is going to be amazing. Once again, if you're just joining us, if you're joining us on the replay, watching us on the replay, put hashtag replay. Make sure everything is all right, put hashtag replay. All right, 1 second. Oh my gosh. All right. If you're watching on Facebook, drop us a comment real quick. All right, so that here we go. Can know that we are on target. All right, we're good now. All right, let's see here. All right, so I just fixed something. My Facebook was on was on private. Anyway, welcome to the channel, guys. We are live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube, man. So I just wanted to say, um, um, awesome, Lydia. She says she's looking forward to the session. Yeah, I am too, man. It's super exciting. So I'm gonna bring in Nicole in here real quick. The homie. What's going on, Nicole?
Hi, Dean. How are you?
You got to keep up with me, okay? I'm on a high right now.
I can tell.
Stop it. And truth be told, you and I discussed coming on the live, I would say a year ago, or if not more. But you and I have started out as friends, started out as if that changed. So we've been friends consistently,
Hmm.
and then I became one of your clients, and I know that I've given you some hard time. Do not concur. Just I know that I have given you, oh my gosh, some hard time. And it was like you came into my life to make my business world better, to have better practices, right? Because
Hmm.
I was just doing things just kind of like on the fly. We
Right.
are creators. I come up with one item, one topic today. Next week, I'm on to something else. And then you send me this list. And I have short attention span. And then you will give me 50 questions. Are you kidding me? So, like, I dumped it for about 2 years. 2 years.
Yep.
And then I called you back on a specific topic. And you sent me this same thing. And I was so pissed at you. I was so mad at you. I was like, what's. What's wrong with
Because
you?
you're trying to shortcut. That's what
Hey, shh.
shortcut.
Nicole, welcome to the stream, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you get this nudge of becoming a coach and the importance of it? Yeah, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Nicole, of course, and I am a communications and brand strategist, author, a couple of other things, but my main focus is communications and brand strategy. Let's see, marketing has always been a big part of what I do. I think it's pretty naturally innate. So when it comes to sales and marketing yourself, over the years, as I worked in different titles or different companies or with different people in different projects, it just kind of became clear that, what I was good at. Because a lot of times we start out and we may not be as sure of where we need to go. We may think we want to do this or we want to do that, but as you go, you scale and you scale towards your strength. So what I did, I basically scaled towards my strength. But the scaling actually began as I started coaching myself. So so basically, I didn't start growing and really moving beyond a certain point until I myself started invested in coaching myself. So that's a nugget for anyone that's listening. um, okay, so as I went along, I realized, of course, what my strength was, spent some time working in marketing, sales, and over the time, of course, writing. I'm very good. Three things that I merge in business, and that's people, problem solving, and basically my love for writing. And so, of course, that kind of led me towards communications. So I actually had went back to school to get a degree in communications, and as a way to up level and better be able to help my clients.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty descriptive, right? That's and so it's and it seems to me that you really have a passion for it. And when I say that, I
Hmm.
can attest to that because of the training that I've gotten over the years from you, from your agency, and my wife also did I guess a course or with you, and
Yeah,
she,
she coached with me for a period of time. So we went through an
yeah,
extensive coaching, and
yeah,
she's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah,
She's
and
my
and
lucky.
sometimes sometimes I had to remind her. It said, "You do know." I was the one that told you about Nicole, right? She comes back, oh my gosh, Nicole is so amazing. I said, I know. I introduced you, remember?
Okay.
No, but Nick was like, okay,
Yeah, she's awesome. She's awesome. She's an awesome person inside out.
yeah, 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 yeah. So I want to get into this topic real quick, Nicole, because
Mhm.
it took me a while as an adult to realize that even in the music space or not, it's
Right,
important to have a coach, whether it's a
right,
life coach or just someone to sort of guide you, right?
right,
Tells you about your ups and downs and the different steps. Because
right.
anytime you're in business, I think there are always strategic steps that have to be made
Yeah,
and going back to what I said earlier, that was one of my problems, and still haven't fully sort of grasped the whole path. You know,
right.
oh man, I wish I had brought up my vision board because you said it's important to have a vision board. My very first vision board ever as a grown up.
And how long did it take us to get there?
You tell me. Oh my gosh.
The good thing is you got there.
Yeah,
So that's a good
that's a
thing.
good thing.
But vision boards are important. I mean,
Yeah,
you vision, you got to be able to physically see it, and
yeah,
it helps to zero in on that. So you wake up in the morning, you look at it. You always want to put it someplace where you can see it, so that way it reminds you of why you get up for the days when you don't feel like it, the
yeah,
days when things feel like they're going west, when you're going, you know.
yeah.
So it's important.
Yeah, let me shout out to Rodney, your guy. He said, I'm listening and I'm watching. I'm like, whoa, what does that mean? I also want to shout out to TL Holmes, man, for checking in. Appreciate you, dude. And shout out to Lydia for checking in. Appreciate you as well. And shout out to my son. Yes, son, go get that homework done. So, all right. So,
Mhm.
why is that important to have a coach and sort of walk through maybe about two or three steps of the importance?
Okay, well, the first thing is, what is a coach? And of course,
Mm.
you probably hear the term coaching, you hear mentoring, and you also have consultant. So, of course, those are three different things, even though some people may think they one and the same. So, coaching is basically a coach basically challenges you, empowers you, and basically motivates you to tap into and unlock your potential, basically personal and professional growth. A mentor basically helps you to stay responsible, maintain your responsibilities, to up level basically on your responsibilities. And you have a consultant that actually do. And then a coach basically helps you to kind of unlock, come to that realization. We kind of guide you into it rather than tell you what it is. So help you to push that. I'm gonna go back and forth because I can talk about this,
That's
but just to kind of keep me on track.
good.
So it basically helps you to foster skills that's gonna help you to up level, to grow, and to get better and to tap into your full potential. When it comes to coaching, I mean, pretty much the best of the best coaches. Some people will say, I don't need coaching. I can do this.
Mm.
Yeah, I can get on Google. Yeah, we Google a lot. I still Google stuff. But at the end of the day, having a coach basically means having someone to watch your blind spot. A lot of times we're doing stuff and we're not able to. It's kind of like driving. You have your rear view mirrors, side view mirrors. That's kind of what a coach is. It helps to guide you and helps you to come to full realization of what you can actually do. So I have a coach myself that I check in with, and usually when I go to my coach, it's
Nice.
usually these are the things that we've discussed. These are the things that I've done.
Mhm.
These are the results. What are your feedbacks? And so those are three questions I usually approach my coach with initially, because and it's always about listening and going, because it's one thing to say, oh, I'm not going to do it this way, I'm not going to do it that way, I feel like I can do it, I want to do it this way. But then if that's the case, then you don't need a coach.
Mm. Well, all right. So basically, all right. So what you have basically said
Mm-hmm.
that it's important on both sides. You as a coach, you also
Mm-hmm.
have a coach.
A coach, right?
Yeah, and I didn't even expect that. And by the way, oh my gosh,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, I did. Yeah, thanks to you, I took the book down to Jamaica, and yeah, I mean, I gave the book. Yeah, okay. So you are an author. Bet. Sorry, bet.
Bet on yourself. Life lessons to cultivate and create your own success.
Yeah, bet on yourself. I love that book. I read a few. Yeah, my wife is finishing it for me. Can I say that? 'Cause- but I'll be very honest with you, and
Mm-hmm.
thanks for you did also talk about her. That was an amazing piece.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really good at what you do. So on one hand, you are a coach. On the other hand, you have a coach. All right. So let's say I am starting a business, whether in the music industry or not.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to get the business registered. And I remember meeting with you about a month ago. Um, and you basically told me that you did all of the transition as far as being from one state to the next, where you moved everything and brought it to where you moved. I don't necessarily want to talk about where you moved to unless you, because
That's okay.
it's okay. All
I
right. So,
moved.
so you, yeah,
Yeah.
so you're no longer in New York. You're now in Georgia, and you were telling me the steps that even though you could kind of leave some of those registration in the state of New York, but it's important to just have all of the sort of ducks lined up in terms of business. And I still have some of my stuff registered in New York, and I've been down here for 2.5 years. But that thought just opened up my mind and said, "Wow, it's kind of like the law of attraction. You have to set these paths and be intentional about it." So, are you saying that that's some of the keys in in creating a path or creating a successful path as a business owner is to make sure everything is lined up from business registration to having the right accountant to making sure that you're paying your taxes. Walk us through some of those important steps, things that we might overlook as a business owner, even if it's sole proprietor.
Well, I mean, those are important, but I always tell people, and I'm not saying those are important, but I think a lot of times people get stuck first in
Mm.
the process of, okay, I need to get it all together before I can totally make a move. So sometimes people, you have some people who may want to start a business, but then they get stuck in the know-how stage instead of just stepping out there in faith and doing it. And so waiting for that initial perfect moment or waiting for the right things to line up in order to make the move sometimes keeps them from pulling that trigger. And so what happens is, one step at a time. I'm not saying they're important step, of course, your business registration, of course, you want to register that because, of course, if you're performing in certain states, you want to make sure you have the right registration, right stuff lined up. So moving from New York City to Georgia, one of the first thing I did was re-register. So I had to re-register my business in Georgia because, of course, I wanted my domicile to be in Georgia. Of course, a lot of the stuff that I set up in New York City, working with schools, getting MWBE certified so I can get government contracts and stuff,
Mm.
and working with the state and city
That's right.
organizations. I, basically thought about the idea of whether or not I wanted to, keep all of that stuff there and still do that. But I
Yeah.
thought about the fact that I was going to live in Georgia. And of course, I wanted to build on the community in which I live. And it made it easier for me to be able to do business. So, of course, you
Mhm.
know, giving up my certifications, all that stuff, of course, the first thing I started to do was then look into, okay, how do I go about getting those? In fact, it was pretty easy. So got the registration done even before I moved. And then my DBE certifications and stuff, MWBE, those I'm in the process of working on. So that way I can be able to work with state and government agencies. And that's, of course, good because there's a lot of money out there for minority businesses, but we're not able to tap into it because we don't get the certifications that they want to see us with. Not to say that that has to stop you from approaching these agencies, but it gives you a better foot to stand on.
Wow. And some of those things I need to really, really work on as well.
Mhm.
Um, Tell us about your agency, Nicole. As far as some of the services that you cover.
Okay, so of course it's Nicole Williams Collective LLC, and my website is www.nicolewilliamspr.com. And basically a boutique communications and events agency. And what I pretty much do is sell confidence. Basically, I help people to master their message, brand mastery, and of
Mhm.
course to communicate effectively. And that basically helps you in both your work, whether it's your personal or professional life, of course, from the playground to the boardroom, basically. Effective communication is key, whether it comes to interviews, whether it comes to pitching, whether it comes to dealing with clients or dealing with employees or coworkers. Effective communication is key, and not just in terms of the spoken word, but in terms of those emails that you're sending out. Are you drafting those right?
Mm,
You're pitching people on social media. LinkedIn is one of the biggest professional networking sites.
mm.
When you're sending out pitches or you're crafting invitations or you asking someone to work with you or potentially be a client, what's the language that you're using? And those are all key.
Okay, so all right, that's pretty good. So the best way for someone to reach you is through your website, like you said before. And I know that in your shit with you sometimes. I'm like, Nicole, can you take?
I, I didn't hear that one.
Can
Go
you hear
ahead.
me?
I can hear you.
Oh, so yeah, so I know that in your world,
Mhm.
sometimes the prices are up here, but it's important to because if I want someone that's good, someone that's professional, someone that knows what she's doing, then I also have to make an investment in my own career. And
Right.
it's important for me to speak like this because I'm Jamaican, and a lot of the Caribbean people that I deal with, there is this either this stigma or it's just they just always want things either for free or for cheap, you know. And I know it's
You pay for a lot of times.
say what?
You get what you pay for a lot of times.
Yeah, you get what you pay for. So, I and the reason why I'm talking about that, you have created an amazing discount that we're going to be talking about another minute or so for
Hmm.
everyone that's watching for the next 24 hours. They can get what from you with this discount. What
Okay.
can they expect?
If they're interested in trying testing me out, kind of like an appetizer before the main course,
Like that.
they will get a discount of 20% on my one-on-one strategy session if they use the code DEAN20, that's DEAN 20, to get a 20% discount off. So basically, they'll go to my website, go to the shop, that's NicoleWilliamsPR.com/shop, and they'll look for my one-on-one power strategy session. If they insert that code, they'll get a 20% off, and that will end at midnight tomorrow night.
So right now, what's today's date, Nicole? Let's date this thing.
Today is October 14th,
So
and it
it's
will end at midnight,
October
October 15th,
15th. All right, so it's October.
11:59 to be exact.
Yeah. So it's October 14th, 2019 right now. And if you go to this website right here, NicoleWilliamsPR.com
Go
slash
to the shop, forward
shop.
slash shop, or just go to the website and hit the shop button.
Yeah.
It will say you'll see availability of products. And be sure, of course, feel free to tap into any of the other resources you see also. But if you want to kind of test me out,
Yeah.
or basically have a few questions that you may want some clarity on, may want to help, may need help on your messaging, need clarity on your words, need to probably look over your website to see
Yeah.
what's going on, or maybe just some other, something else when it comes to personal branding or
Yeah.
communication, effective communications,
Yeah.
then definitely go over there and type in that code Dean20 and it will
Dean
give you a discount.
Dean 20, and that discount code will go away at 11:59 p.m. on the 15th of October 2019. So
Yeah.
if you're watching the replay and those dates have passed, I'm so sorry. If you're watching us live on YouTube right now and live on Facebook, don't forget to send us your hearts, give us a like. Don't forget to share it. And we just have about 5 more minutes for some questions before we let Nicole go. This right here, guys, is super important. It is very important to have a coach because you cannot make it on your own. And sometimes we think we got this thing covered, but we just don't. And
Mhm.
shout out to my bro over there in London. What's up, bro? You should be sleeping. So go to Nicole Williams. Let me put the website back up. Go to NicoleWilliamsPR.com and you can search around, but you could just hit the shop tab and book a session with her and you'll get a discount. The discount code is Dean20 and you'll get 20% discount. And that ends at 11:59 p.m. October the 15th, 2019. It's very important for me to say the dates because it's gonna be online forever. Like, oh, I sent you an email or I did this, I didn't get a discount. Bro, it's the 17th.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So Nicole, what's next? What's next for Nicole Williams?
Well, of course, I'm actually traveling to New York City this weekend.
Woohoo.
Because I'm going to be at the Women on the Rise conference.
Woman on the right.
That Women on the Rise. That's Women on the Rise NewYork.com. There is a women's conference. So for if any of your audience members are looking to up level, the conference will be a great place to go. I'm actually going to be speaking on the media for your business panel. and I'm also a honoree. I'm getting an award. So shout out to Marsha
Is
and her Women on the Rise conference.
That is amazing. That is really amazing. So, so once again, guys, if you want to reach out to Nicole, go to her website, and they can also follow you on social media. Nicole Williams PR.
Williams PR.
The
Yes.
PR is public relations, right?
Yeah.
'Cause-
Yeah.
Duh.
I mean, basically, what I do as a communication strategist,
Yeah.
what communication do? Communication is basically the umbrella under which marketing, branding, sales, things. So basically, I tap into all those resources as a way to help you effectively strategize um, and help you achieve whether it's your personal and professional goals.
Nicole, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to speak directly to the world and share.
Well,
Go ahead.
I was gonna check to see if there's anyone have any questions. Maybe it would be great to probably answer some of
Yeah,
them.
I don't see any comment in here, but just shout outs. And I don't want to, you know,
Okay, no problem.
yeah,
That's fine.
I don't see, I'm searching through, I don't see any questions coming up.
Okay.
It just like, just saying hello, people saying hello. Lydia did say hello. Um, and TL say he loves this. Um, and and Rodney said that he just listening for high level takeaways, which you have given a lot. To be honest with you,
That's my chief supporter, my supporter in chief right there.
wow, that's amazing. Oh, and I had a chance to listen to you and Rodney's podcasts. I would say about twice. And I'm gonna be very honest with you.
The Open Conversations podcast. We're
Yeah,
pretty
I
candid
love it.
and raw. We're pretty candid, and it's basically candid and practical advice that we pretty
Yeah,
much just give. Yeah.
yeah, I loved it, and I was also surprised that you. Yeah, it's funny that you said it was pretty candid because I didn't know. Like, whoa, Nicole, whoa.
Yeah. So, and for my ladies, give them candid, practical advice that's going to help
Yeah.
them to live, work, and lead confidently.
So, what are your final thoughts as we wrap this stream up, Nicole?
Well, my key thing is, like I said, take advantage of the discount. Thing about it is that you never know what may come. A lot of times we think we don't need a coach. Like I said, for me, I've only started getting real results. Not that I never had results before, but better results and even able to scale and up level. And the blind spots that I never, I wasn't seeing for myself, my coach is able to see and catch, push me outside my comfort zone, tell me when I need to be, reeled back. Because sometimes we want to go so fast and we haven't even, mastered the key things yet. And so, he's there for me to help me reel me back when I need to reel back and let me tell me when I need to go faster. And so it's
Uh,
key. So for those of you also who are in the music business, I know Dean has a wealth of information that you guys need to be tapping into. So,
I appreciate that. And speaking of music, I got a question out of Jamaica. What is the best guide for new artists? Nicole, I guess more like a one sentence best guide because I think that's a very wide thing. The best guide is to have the right song, have the song that's going to really sort of break you. The best piece of advice in the music industry is marketing. And even though the internet is sort of free and is there to our fingertip, and you could just be in your living room, in your bedroom, and record a song and just push it to the world, you still need a level of marketing. Correct, Nicole?
yeah, you do definitely that. It's funny. Like I said, I'm going to be on the Media for Your Business panel this weekend in New York City. And that is some of the stuff that we're actually going to talk about. That there's such thing as owned media, earned media, and paid media. And a lot of times people want the earned media, but they forget that the owned media, which you're already creating, owned media,
Mm.
and they forget the paid media. So you do need to have a mix of all both earned and paid media.
Awesome. Nicole, this has been so much fun. I really, I'm serious, man. I really like it, man. It was amazing. and we finally did it. And hopefully somewhere down the line in the future. And I did speak to you behind the scenes as you're also helping me build out some things
Right.
for the next phase, I would say, of my life, and it's very exciting. Shout out to Alafia, my wife as well, who's building and stuff out. And just so you know, well, I speak to you off the air, but some things are really moving, and the clients are building because of this thing. And
Hmm.
so shout out to you, Nicole, for being so consistent in what you do. And I still have more work to do with you, and more excited because these things do help. I mean, they really do. If we just take the time to follow these
Right.
steps, they may seem long-winded, but if we
The
want to make
process
it in the
works.
music industry, if we want to make it in anything at all, you have to take the time to follow these steps because they're very, very important. So, Nico, once again, I appreciate you, man. And yeah, and for those of you watching the replay, put down in the comments hashtag replay. And if you're new to the show, man, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to follow us on Facebook. And until next time, Nicole, show them the deuces, man. Peace. Woohoo!
You are so hype.